Hello everyone, and welcome to Yoshi 1 Kenobi's Agadeem Awakening one-turn kill combo deck. In this deck, the goal is to play Agadeem's Awakening for X equals 5, which will allow us to return from our graveyard to the battlefield creatures with converted mana cost of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, but only one creature for each converted mana cost. So what are going to be our targets? We want Terror of the Peaks, a 5/4 that'll deal damage to your opponent's face equal to the total power of every other creature that enters the battlefield once Terror of the Peaks is there. Alright, so let's start adding up some damage. Nightmare Shepherd will deal 4 as a 4/4 flyer. It also means that whenever a non-token creature dies, we may exile it, and we get a token that's a 1/1 that comes back. And why do we want this? Because we will revive a Kroxa. Kroxa will deal 6 points of damage to the face thanks to Terror of the Peaks, on top of the trigger, where if our opponent can't discard a card or discards a land, then the opponent will take an extra 3 points of damage. Kroxa is a non-token that'll die while entering the battlefield, so it's going to enter the battlefield again to deal an extra point of damage and have another trigger to hopefully deal another 3 points of damage. And then we will have a Bonecrusher Giant, which can deal an extra 4 points of damage, which means we will deal 4, 8, 14, 15, plus 2 Kroxa triggers. So if our opponent is empty-handed, or with only land cards, we will deal 21 points of damage out of that Agadeem's Awakening, enough to take our opponent from full to 0 in one fell swoop. Alternately, if we've just dealt a handful of damage to our opponent, we can easily close the game with the 15 points of damage, even if our opponent does have a hand. Now, the fun thing about this deck is that it's a fairly decent deck on its own, and it has legs to stand on. It's not just a combo deck. So we play Mire Triton and Tymaret Calls the Dead that helps feed our Kroxa and put him into the graveyard. We're also playing Woe Strider, which allows us to synergize with Nightmare Shepherd, because we get to sacrifice a creature at will, basically, which also gives us a scry. It's also an escape card, which will allow us to revive something if we don't hit a Kroxa in our graveyard. So odds are we'll hit either a Kroxa or a Woe Strider using the Mire Tritons and the Tymaret Calls the Dead. Bonecrusher Giant, all-star on its own, very solid card. And now we've covered pretty much everything in the deck, except this other card which has really impressed me lately. The Akroan War. Very good against these big, tough green creatures, or any kind of aggressive matchups, where you steal a creature from the opponent, and then you force them to attack into your creatures. Now, that means that we get to force our opponent to attack into our Kroxa, into their own Lovestruck Beast. And what's nice is that if we have Nightmare Shepherd in play, and we get to kill off the creature we've just stolen with the Akroan War, we get a token that's a replacement copy out of it for ourselves. We can also do the same trick with Woe Strider, where we get to sacrifice a copy of the creature stolen with the Akroan War, and we get a 1/1 copy out of it for extra value. And that is the deck. Agadeem's Awakening one-turn kill combo, which is just a big Rakdos list with a very cool one-turn kill finish. Now let's see if we can pull it off in action with some games. We are playing Agadeem's Awakening one-turn kill combo in MTG Arena Standard against a Volus 7. Is it a Volus or 7 Voluses? I'm not sure, but we're keeping this hand because we have 4 lands. A Timmy, a Shepherd, and a Terror. Just want to play some deck that has tons of removal for our creatures but no counter spells, so we get to actually combo. Shatterskull Smashing. Yeah, that probably has counterspell. Temur Adventures. I'll meet your Temur with my Tymaret. Come on. It's just the Timmies. Let's go, Shepherd. You don't have two of those. Come on. Beanstalk Giant. I'm disappointed. Double Jawari Disruption. And you still had lands. And you can't possibly have 3 Jawari Disruptions. This has to resolve. Would have been the same emote if they had Jawari Disruption. Cultivate. Which means that the ultimatum is upon us. Well, don't have much other plays. Her plays going to be terror, terror, terror. And the opponent's going to Genesis Ultimatum, and we'll see what they hit. It's time to play the roulette. What do you get? An Ugin. Removal that exiles. That's the worst. At least that terror is not going to be exiled. So Agadeem's Awakening. Yes! 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 Ruin Crab! That's exactly what we want. We just need 2 more lands. We need to draw 2 lands. One of the first times I'm actually excited about my opponent playing Ruin Crab. Although I guess we could always get milled by Genesis Ultimatum. Well, that's 1 land. We're getting there. And our opponent has Ugin on board. Play more lands. Come on, mill us. Yes, you may kill the Woe Strider. I just hope that our opponent's not playing actual counter magic. Because if they counter the Agadeem's Awakening, I'm going to be very sad. Alright, that's sure to put a Kroxa in the grave. Come on, mill me for 6. Alright, Kroxa's in the graveyard. Kroxas are in the graveyard. The opponent's tapped out. We have 2 draws to find a land. Sure, I'll block. Don't overly care about the goats. Castle Locthwain. Come on, land. Untap land. Yes! Yes! We have it! We have it! Agadeem's Awakening. X equals 5. Terror of the Peaks. Nightmare Shepherd. Kroxa. And Bonecrusher Giant for 20 points of damage. And a very happy face. Can't target him because of the emote. Feel the pain of the Kroxa getting back to life again. I would like to thank my enemies Ruin Crab for the assist in making sure that we hit enough burn to take down our opponent. And that's how you do 1-turn kill using Agadeem's Awakening. With some poke damage before, but we didn't really need it. We're playing Agadeem's Awakening 1-turn kill in MTG Arena Standard against Earzy. That's a lot of black mana. Oh bosh, their opponent's playing Temper Temur ramp. Yeah, the ramp adventures. We will keep this because the cards are pretty good against that deck. Agadeem tapped. We do need a red source though. Thank you for listening. Oh, wonderful deck. Come on, play an Edgewall Innkeeper. There's no real reason to ping your face now. Tymaret. Yeah, I want to keep the Bonecrusher Giant to deal with Edgewall Innkeeper. That is fine. Tymaret has more zombies. Always more zombies. Where this came from? Opponent is ramping. Alright, let's exile a Woe Strider. We don't need too many of those in the graveyard. I want to take the opportunity to play the Mire Triton now. Mill more stuff. Pass the turn back. So you have a Terror and a Woe Strider in the graveyard. You can deal some damage with Agadeem's Awakening if we reach the Fabled 8 mana. Although our opponent has a better Terror of the Peaks plan than we do. Especially since he can Genesis Ultimatum next turn. Let's see. Maybe the Genesis Ultimatum will be awkward into one creature. Alright. Kroxa's nice. I like Kroxa, especially with Nightmare Shepherd this turn. Shepherd. And pass the turn back. So next turn we can Akroan War Agadeem's Awakening. I mean Akroan War double Kroxa, which is fairly good. Whoa, that is wonderful. Oh, that's just wonderful. Except that you killed the Shepherd, but I mean, still pretty good, right? Pay the 3 life for the Agadeem's Awakening. Black mana, red mana, black. Black. Akroan War. I thank you for the Terror of the Peaks. And I will use it to blow up your Bonecrusher Giant. I think. Sixted face. Let's go face. Swing for 2 Death Touch. Which means Terror of the Peaks is lethal next turn. Opponent needs a good Genesis Ultimatum. Or Terror Bonecrusher. That also works. It will get to deal 3 points of damage from the Kroxa. Then your opponent's going to have to run into it. Here, kind of Kroxa. Land, land, land. Enchantments. You want to keep the Agadeem's Awakening. No attacks. One's gonna... oh bosh. Just gonna kill Kroxa. Innkeeper, and we have lethal. Yes, we do. No, no, we need a land. We need a land. Okay, we got a land. We have lethal. We can Fabled Passage. Into... doesn't matter. Agadeem's Awakening for X equals 4. We don't have the 5 for the Terror of the Peaks, but we do have Nightmare Shepherd Kroxa, which will be just good enough to burn our opponent for 6 off of the double Kroxa. Alright, not quite a one-turn kill, but we did get the Agadeem's Awakening Shepherd Kroxa combo. That still counts. That still counts. We are playing Agadeem's Awakening one-turn kill in MTG Arena Standard against J Squared in 099. Alright, that's keepable. We Fabled Passage for black and we have plays. Fabled Passage indicates we're playing at least 2 colors. Or we really want lands in the graveyard. That's rogues. Yeah, Second Triumph typically indicates rogues. We'll find out. We have a very good natural matchup against rogues. Ooh. Sultai control? Still rogues. Counterspell rogues. Crawling Barrens does seem to indicate control. Let's go with Timmy. Jawari Disruption, maybe? Yeah. Now I'm sad. Really wanted that Timmy to resolve. Oh well. Let's play 8 Nightmare Shepherd, which will probably be hit by a kill spell. Ooh, cycling to neutralize. That has to hurt. If we get to resolve a Kroxa next turn, we're in good shape, because we'll get a token Kroxa. We get a Kroxa. Ooh, that's nice. Kroxa, don't kill the Shepherd. Don't kill the Shepherd. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You're gonna discard most of your hand. Kroxa triggers. Kroxa gets sacrificed. Yes, we will exile it. And create a 1/1 copy of Kroxa. That'll make your opponent discard. Yet again. Keep on discarding. Yes, yes. More discard. More discard. Yeah, alright. Opponent have a ton of neutralizes. You almost have enough to actually revive Kroxa from graveyard. Let's go to the second Shepherd. Nope, not legendary. Yeah, alright. Maybe I should have attacked first. Agros Mauling. Well, listen to my past self and attack with the Shepherd. Play more Shepherds. And now the Shepherds are protecting each other. Ah, they're not protected from extinction though. Sadly enough. 5 cards in the yard. Let's up the ante. With Tymaret Calls the Dead. Let's exile the Akroan War because it's not revivable by Agadeem's Awakening. We will get a 2/2 zombie. Opponent is on the ropes. Because we get a Kroxa. Yeah, let's exile Timmy. Land, Agadeem's Awakening, and another one. Keeping the creatures in the graveyard for a wombo combo. Opponent counters. We play the tap land. And swing for 2. Actually, we would have lethal if we had enough lands to cast Agadeem's Awakening and revive the Kroxa Shepherd. Oh, we still need Terror. We have it in our hand though. That should count for something. We have 2 of them. Temple of Malice. Honestly, we don't really need more lands. The 2 points of damage could be relevant. Let's attack Shark Typhoon. Or draw a card. Another option. Let's go with Terror. Now we have 2 evens and 1 odd, so Extinction Event doesn't hit us too hard. If you target Terror, you are dead to the zombies, so you need 2 removal spells. So we're in a good shape. If our opponent doesn't play anything, then, well, we have an active Terror of the Beast. Which makes it very hard for opponent to get out of there. So the Kroxa spamming got us the win. We are playing Agadeem's Awakening, 1-turn kill in MTG Arena Standard against Ulkura. Someone who wanted to type Ulkiora, probably. And mistyped. We will keep this. It's pretty good. Kroxa, Timmy, Akroan War. Yes. Shepherd will do just fine. Fervent Champion. Do I want Kroxa now, or do I want to play the Shatterskull? If I type Shatterskull, Tymaret, no, I want the Kroxa on the yard. Warbrand. Opponent probably has an Embercleave. Although really, did I need to do anything to guess that my opponent had an Embercleave? Probably not. Opponent is playing mono red, of course they've got an Embercleave. Alright. Woe Strider can get revived. Bonecrusher Giants are combo. There's no way we're hitting the Agadeem's Awakening combo against this deck. It's not how we're going to win this. We are going to win this by playing an Akroan War. Because Akroan War is not fair. I will take that annex. Thank you, sir. And that's what I thought. And they didn't even see the Shepherd. I mean, Annex dies, makes 2 tokens, we get a copy of Annex permanently. Ah, that would have been great. We are playing Agadeem's Awakening, 1-turn kill in MTG Arena Standard against Vakaria. That looks like a decent hand against a Yorion friend. Let's open up with the Temple. Temple of Malice. Yeah, let's keep that. Lands are good. I wasn't expecting the Lovestruck Beast. Selesnya? Blink? Probably. Yeah, I get it turn 2 or turn 3. Let's play the Fabled Passage. Save some life. Fetch a black source. Because we have Shatterskull Smashing. Ooh, Kroxa. think I want the Woe Strider. Well, they probably want an Akroan War and then surprise Woe Strider. Or I get a Shatterskull. Yeah, it's more efficient to play the Woe Strider. And the next turn I have Kroxa, Bonecrusher. Let's go with that line. I don't like opening up the Woe Strider, but if the opponent is actually playing Selesnya, then Wicked Wolf needs 4, Skyclave Apparition needs double white. So Woe Strider should be fairly safe. Yeah, it is Selesnya Blink. Ooh, bring back Yorion. That is a gutsy move. Agadeem's Awakening. We're going to fetch another red source then. Though we do want the triple black for Agadeem's. Yeah, we do have 2 red sources. Probably don't need more. So we go attack with Woe Strider, Kroxa, and hold back the Bonecrusher Giant. Seems like a fine play. I should enter full control to get the extra scry. Yes, sir. Kroxa in the yard. Terror, Bonecrusher, Nightmare Shepherd. All we need is a gazillion lands, which we are unlikely to reach. They're also likely to face the Wicked Wolf right now. Well, the Wicked Wolf dies to... Yeah, you got it. I was too slow on that. Showed that I had a response. Otherwise, maybe we could have baited an attack of the token. Terror of the Peace is quite tempting here. I need to sack the Agadeem's Awakening though. But I think that that's the right move. Attack with a 3/3. Play the Terror. Still a powerful card on its own when it's not answered. And for 5, Wicked Wolf's not good enough. Ooh! Okay. Okay, well, I was not expecting that. I was not ready. I was not ready at all. Aspect conquers death. Well, now we only have a Kroxa in graveyard. We're gonna play Temple of Malice, which will fetch us a Bonecrusher Giant. That is fine. Opponent really wants to play Yorion next turn, so if we play Bonecrusher Giant, the opponent blinks the Elspeth Conquers Death, exiles the Bonecrusher. Then, on our turn, we Akroan War, take the Yorion. Swing for another 3. It's not a very good trade. Nightmare Shepherd's worse. If I don't do that, I guess our opponent has the same play. Our opponent doesn't have that much play. That's fine. Yeah, so we just saved ourselves a Bonecrusher Giant. We can steal the Yorion. To what end? 3 points of damage? Is it worth it? How badly do I want these 3 points of damage? Can also go double Bonecrusher Giant. Yeah, I like the double Bonecrusher Giant line. Puts 2 threats on the board. Opponent probably doesn't want to kill off the Yorion. And we have Akroan War to remove a blocker next turn. I think that gives us the best outs. Tear of the Peaks. Alright. Are stealing the Tear of the Peaks and attacking. I have lands of both colors, so we'll go Mountain. The Akroan War. Thank you. Yeah, we lose a creature, but we deal 7 points of damage. 3 points of damage. Yes, Skyclave the Bonecrusher. Annoying, but it is what it is. You're missing 1 card in Graveyard to bring back a Kroxa. Opponent will remove the Akroan War, and that really hurts. Take 4. Alright, well, another Akroan War. Let's take the opportunity. Take back the terror. Three points of damage. If our opponent could stop exiling all our permanents, it'd be great. I'm not sure why the opponent killed the token. 2 to the face actually is a lot more dangerous. Opponent can't attack with Yorion because we'll just counterattack with the Terror. Which means the opponent has to be on defense or exile Akroan War yet again. So much blinking. Can we top deck the 3rd Akroan War? That'd be hilarious. Well, a land makes us not die. No, never mind. We're dead to Terror of the Peaks. Opponent blinked it. Alright, so Terror of the Peaks is going to come back at the same time as Elspeth Conquers Death. I think we're dead. We get to discard our opponent's last card, but we just... I'll gain 2 life off of this. Can put a flying blocker. It's probably our best defense. That Nightmare Shepherd gets exiled. Yep, we are dead. Too many Elspeth Conquers Death. We got close. Too much exile. We are playing Agadeem's Awakening, 1-turn kill on MTG Arena Standard against Gioso 13. Opponents playing rogues. Or mono white. I've seen a lot of mono white these days. Yeah, I can see it. 3 lands, 4 spells. It's a good start, especially cheap spells like the Triton of the Mire, the zombie merfolk. So we're going Temple, Shatterskull, Temple of Malice. Doesn't really matter because it's going to get milled. Let's leave it on top. Pretty sure opponent's playing rogues. And I want that card in my graveyard. Thank you. I would have liked Fabled Passage. So now we need to draw an Agadeem's Awakening. Make it to 8 lands, drain our opponent out of counter spells, and our opponent should mill us the combo pieces. If the opponent can survive long enough. Yeah, I'll pay 2. I'll pay 3. Kill the Enforcer. Pass the turn back, and Mire Triton next turn. I can take the hit from one Shatterskull, the Hammer Pass. Taking 6 might be a bit much. That's a lot of Akroan Wars. Mire Triton. Even though we have a lot of escape cards, still need the mana to cast them. And drawing a ton of Akroan War is not really gonna help. Oh, here's a Kroxa. Would have liked Castle Locthwain. Maybe there's another one. Tapped land. It'd be fun to Akroan War that Lurrus. Oh, come on, deck. Come on. Well, let's start with the obvious. Attack with the Triton. And next. Timmy. Ideally, your opponent will use a counter spell on that. Don't care that much for Tymaret Calls the Dead. Kind of helps our opponent's game plan as much as ours. I do like getting rid of a Drown in the Lock. Right, and we get milled for a ton. I still haven't passed a single Agadeem's Awakening, but we really need the mana right now. We need to land. We need to land. We need to land and... Yep. Not that. So let's go Woe Strider. Just keep the Triton on the fence and pass the turn. There's a third Thief Guild's Enforcer in the graveyard. Lurrus Enforcer is going to be a problem. Block. Doesn't really matter if I scry or not. I'm going to scry regardless. Yeah, I don't really want that, but it's okay to draw it. Enables us to play our Akroan Wars. Opponent might think that I mean for them to mill it. Likely to play T-Kills Enforcer anyways. Or that. No! One of the Agadeem's Awakening. But unfortunately we really have to play you. B3, Akroan War number 1. Countered. No attacks, pass the turn. we take 6 if we don't do anything. Ooh, Wind Robber. More Kroxas. More draws. One of the Mind. 1 mana divinations are pretty good. Yeah, sure, we're getting milled a lot. That's okay. No blocks. I like that attack for us. Alright, so Fabled Passage. See if we still have any lands. Swamp. Akroan War. We gotta stop having counter magic. There's 2 rounds passed. Based on one of mine, opponent is probably only playing the drowns. I'll take that Thuris. And we will kill the Ruin Crab by combat. Now, I probably wanted to do that before I take control of Lurrus. Pass a turn back. Lurrus will trade with T-Guild's Enforcer, I think. Oh, we do get a Kroxa. Yes, that is fine. You may kill the Woe Strider. "22 cards. That's funny. Another T-Guild Enforcer, milling us for 6. So the opponent's going to be forced to attack with everything. Fortunately, our only move that survives, I believe, is to Akroan War Lurrus again. And to trade with T-Guild's Enforcer. Opponent kills it, and we go down with it.
I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. It won't cost you any mana, and it greatly helps to support this channel and keep the awesome videos coming. Until next time, may the fun be with you.